All right, let's dive into the book of Isaiah, specifically chapter 8. We're going to unravel a prophecy that was, and this is wild, literally written into a child's name. A single name that actually foretold the destruction of entire nations.
I mean, think about that for a second. Could a name given to a newborn baby really carry the weight of an impending invasion, the fate of two whole kingdoms? Well, as we're about to see in this story, the answer is a huge, resounding yes.
And here it is. This is the name, Maher-shalal-hash-baz. It's a real mouthful, I know, but its meaning is just chillingly direct. It translates to something like, plunder speeds, spoil hastens, or to put it bluntly, destruction is coming and it's coming fast. This isn't just a name, it's practically a headline for what's about to happen.
So this whole prophecy kicks off with a direct command from God to the prophet Isaiah, and it sets in motion a sign that's going to be confirmed by the birth of his very own son.
Here in verse 1, we're talking around the year 734 BC. Isaiah is told to get a big scroll and write down this super ominous name. And this wasn't supposed to be some private journal entry. It was meant to be a public record, a sign for literally everyone to see.
Now, this is crucial. Isaiah doesn't just do this by himself in a back room somewhere. As verse 2 tells us, he calls on two really well-known guys, Uriah the priest and Zechariah, to be official witnesses. This basically makes the prophecy legally binding, right? It's like getting a document notarized, a time-stamped prediction that people could check up on later.
And you have to love the depth here. These men were almost certainly chosen because of what their own names meant. Uriah means Jah is my light, and Zechariah means Jah will remember. So even the act of witnessing the prophecy has this hidden message baked into it. In the dark times that are coming, God is a light, and he will remember his people. Just brilliant.
So, verses 3 and 4. This is the punchline. Isaiah's wife, who's also a prophetess, has a son, and he's given that prophetic name. And then God lays out a very specific timeline. Before this child is even old enough to say mama or dada, so we're talking within about 2 years tops, the massive Assyrian Empire will swoop in, conquer, and plunder both Syria and the northern kingdom of Israel.
And here's why this is so important. This baby was Isaiah's third son, and his name was the final piece of this incredible prophetic puzzle. His first son, Shir-Jeshub, means a remnant will return. His second, Emmanuel, means God is with us. And now, Maher-shalal-hash-baz means destruction is imminent. You put them all together, and they create a complete message for the whole nation. A warning, followed by presence, and ending with hope.
Okay, so the warning has been delivered. But now the prophecy shifts to explain why. Why is this terrible judgment coming? And it's described not just as an army invading, but as this unstoppable, symbolic flood.
Verse 6 gives us the reason plain and simple. The people of Judah have rejected the waters of Shiloah that go softly. What does that mean? Well, instead of trusting in God, they're celebrating foreign kings and making shady alliances. They've basically turned their backs on their own divine heritage.
This slide just lays out the two choices so clearly. On one side, you have the waters of Shiloah, which was this gentle, quiet stream in Jerusalem. It symbolized the steady, life-giving kingdom of God. But on the other side, you have the waters of the river, the powerful, raging Euphrates of Assyria, symbolizing violent, overwhelming imperial might. And the people chose the raging river over the gentle stream.
And so verse 7 declares the consequence. Since you rejected the gentle waters, God says, I'm going to bring you the very power you admire so much. The Assyrian Empire is described as a massive river, flooding out of its banks and just surging across the land. It's such a powerful and frankly terrifying metaphor.
But the prophecy doesn't even stop there. With the destruction of Syria and Israel? Oh, no, that was just the beginning. The floodwaters of the Assyrian army are now predicted to spill over right into the land of Judah itself.
This is the climax of the invasion, all laid out in verse 8. The Assyrian flood will sweep through Judah, overflowing everything, rising higher and higher and higher until it reaches the very neck. The whole land is going to be submerged.
So what does he mean by the neck? Well, in this powerful image, if the head is the capital city, Jerusalem, then the neck is what's holding the head above water, its defensive walls. This prophecy, which actually came to pass in 701 BC, predicts that the Assyrian invasion will be stopped right at the walls of Jerusalem. The city itself, the head, won't be submerged. It's this picture of near total destruction, but not complete annihilation.
And this brings us right back around to the full message hidden in the names of Isaiah's sons. It all fits together. The flood of judgment comes, fulfilling the warning of Maher-shalal-Hashbazah. But the head is saved, because God is with us, the meaning of Emmanuel. And because God is present, a remnant will ultimately survive and return, fulfilling the promise in the name Shir-Jashub.
It's just an incredibly complex and powerful prophecy, weaving together names and witnesses and metaphors to deliver this message of warning, consequence, and, ultimately, hope. And it leaves us with a question that still feels so relevant today. When it feels like the floodwaters of history are rising around us, where do we look for our signs? What are the names we hold on to?